Hi everyone, it's Lauren, and I'm going to be presenting an article that I found on NPR titled, "We Had to Take Action, States in Mexico Moved to Ban Junk Food Sales to Minors." On August 5th, 2020, the Oaxaca State Legislature was the first to pass this ban on selling high-calorie packaged food and sugar-sweetened drinks to minors. 2 weeks later, the Tabasco State Legislature passed the same ban, and now a dozen or more other states are considering the same motion. This ban on selling junk food and sugar-filled drinks to minors is the public health officials' best effort to spare Mexico's next generation from obesity, hypertension, diabetes, and other cardiovascular-related diseases. This issue became an increasing topic of concern this year as Mexico holds the world's fourth highest recorded death toll from COVID-19, with over 70,000 deaths. 2/3 of those who passed away from COVID-19 in Mexico had underlying medical conditions such as obesity, hypertension, diabetes, and cardiovascular problems. The public health officials feel that restricting access to junk food and sugar-filled drinks is the best movement to reduce underlying comorbidities and COVID-19 related deaths for their younger population. Mexico's Assistant Health Secretary, Hugo Lopez-Gatell, stated that the country's overweight health issues is not the fault of the individuals, it's the fault of the nutritional environment that has been developed to favor those junk food products instead of health. This article discusses how making a nationwide law such as this would not be easy because of businesses and powerful commercial interests that would be against it, as well as the thought that it might restrict personal autonomy and freedom. However, it is necessary to benefit overall public health. Regarding ethical principles, this current event risks stripping away autonomy but promotes non-maleficence. Banning the sale of junk food and sugar-filled drinks to minors takes away the autonomy for minors to make decisions for themselves. However, in this situation, it is justified because under the principle of non-maleficence, the public health officials are preventing harm by restricting access to the products causing dangerous comorbidities and ultimately mortality. The article shared quotes from local 16 and 17-year-olds that are residents living under these new government regulations, and they expressed not knowing the diseases and other health risks that were associated with the junk foods that they regularly intake, and they also agreed that the restricted access might push them to think twice about what they're consuming and opt for a healthy choice instead. The article is important to me and to the nursing profession because if more governments followed in these footsteps and restricted access to junk food, perhaps more communities would take the health risks associated with junk food more seriously. There are restrictions on alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, etc., so why not restrict the foods and drinks that are responsible for obesity and cardiovascular-related health issues? In the United States, obesity prevalence is 42.4%, which is almost half of the population, and that calls for better measures to be in place to control this issue. Under the Provision 8 of the Nursing Code of Ethics, the nurse is responsible to collaborate with the public health and other healthcare professionals to protect human rights, promote health diplomacy, and reduce health disparities. As this provision implies, all people deserve an opportunity to be healthy, and it justifies government regulation of ultra-processed food and sugar-sweetened beverage access. Additionally, the Nursing Social Policy Statement calls for the public good to be the overriding concern. It seems that in many countries, the growth of the economy through food industry revenue is the concern that overrides the public good. Despite multiple hands-off attempts to reduce obesity, all developed countries so far have been unsuccessful, and because the public good continues to decline, greater measures of government intervention through public health policy is imperative to facilitate better outcomes. Overall, this issue presents positive implications for healthcare as it would ultimately reduce prevalence of obesity, diabetes, and other cardiovascular-related health issues. Although it would be a challenge to implement nationwide due to the strain it puts on freedom and autonomy, as well as the impact it would have on business, it ultimately would promote community health at a primary level of prevention and decrease the incidence of obesity and also eliminate numerous related health disparities. In a time such as this, where everyone is concerned about their health with the novel coronavirus, it is important to take any additional preventative measures that can be put in place to promote health and well-being. Thanks for listening.